Why?
Hey, welcome to Gardiner's Plot, waltzing in the garden. I thought I'd do a bit of a change today. Start the episode on one of the dog walks. So it's beautiful sunshine outside. So today's episode we are going to be saying hello to all the animals. So I'll go through who everyone is, what I feed them, and stuff like that. So I thought I'd start with the dogs as we're outside walking them. See if you can see them. The Muppeteers, as we like to call them. So yes, glorious day in our local. It's an old quarry, so it's now become a sort of nature reserve. So we take the dogs out over here occasionally. Normally on a Saturday morning, they have like a 4-hour walk. And we walk all the way up to Gardiner and go through the woods and fields up there. But I had work this morning, so I've come over to the nature reserve. Oh, Mandy's lost her ball. Meow. Found. It's just there. She got it. She got the ball. It's all fine. She found the ball. So yes, they normally, as I said, they normally have their really long walk on a Saturday morning. So if I'm working, I try and bring them over here. It's not for hours, but it's exercise and they get to play with their toys over here. So when I go up Dundry and up the woods and that, they're supposed to be dogs. No toys. They have to chase things, smell things, and be dogs. So it's only when we come over here that they get their toys. This is Boston's favourite bit. He has to run up here, so bear with. Let me flip the camera. Go on then, yeah! It only takes a couple of tries. Yeah, go on then, yeah! Bear with. Right. Wait. 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 Go on then, yeah! Yeah, go on then! Run! So that's Boston with his toy, and that's Maddie. So Maddie is the oldest. We actually had her 4 years the other day. I do apologise if it's a bit wobbly. So Maddie's mum was a lab cross springer, and her dad was a Welsh collie. So her dad was a blue merle as well. So that's what Boston is. That's the coat type. So a lot of her brothers and sisters are blue merle variety. So she's 4, and then when she was about a year old, oh, there is a runner. May have to swap back. 2 seconds, and we're back. So yes, Maddie's 4. So when she was about a year old, we looked after my brother-in-law's Rottweiler, which was a very, very big dog. Very big dog. Lovely. But Maddie seemed to do better with a bit of company, so I messaged her breeder, and funny enough, her brother had just mated with another Welsh collie. So after when they were born, he decided to go for Boston. It was between him and his brother. His brother was very similar to Maddie, but we thought we'd go for the blue merle because he looked very pretty. So yes, he's about 3 now. Well, he's coming up to his 3rd birthday in a couple of days' time. Look at his little face. Hot dog. Let me change the camera and I'll start talking back to camera again. 2 seconds. Me again. So yes, Boston's 3. So he is majority Welsh collie, but he has got that little bit of lab and springer in his background. But he's definitely collie brain. Very much a collie brain. So Welsh collies are slightly different to that of border collies. So border collies work very low to the ground and generally work in open fields, whereas Welsh collies have to work within woodland and a bit more mountainous terrain, so they tend to work up not close to the floor, if that makes sense. So do the collie does like the bow, the very typical collie pose. Boston does that occasionally, but normally Welsh collies work on without crouching, otherwise the sheep will jump over them. So yes, it's a little bit about Boston and Maddie. Right, I'm going to carry on their walk, might take a few pictures, see what we can find over here, and I will see you back at Gardiner's plot. So I will see you in a second. Right, that's the walk done. We're now back at Gardiner's plot. Currently in Saskia's aviary. Let's see if she can come up. Sass, what's the best place? Come here. Come on in. Got peanuts. Come on in, Miss Sass. So, back at Gardiner's plot. So we might as well start the animal introductions. So you've met Boston and Maddie. It's warm, I can't talk. Already. So next critter on the list is Saskia. Saskia is a grey squirrel. She's how old is she? 6 years old. She's got to be about 6. Grey squirrels can actually live for about 20 years. I do apologise, there is someone's having the drive built, so you might hear a bit of building work. So yes, Miss Saskia is, I want to say about 6 years old. She came to us when she was 2 weeks old. My friend's dog found her in the garden as a baby, and she needed hand raising, so every 2 hours she was fed. We actually fed her on Whisker's cat milk and like a rodent pellet sort of powder that's in the bottom of the back. Oh, did you fall then? Where are you at? So yes, had her from 2 weeks old, fed her every 2 hours. But I was only for about 2 weeks, and then she sort of weaned her a little bit early, but as you can tell, she's fine. So her diet mainly is monkey nuts are sort of just a treat for her. And I have said in previous videos that we will be doing some training, so I'll get some different treats for that. But she gets a selection of seeds, so I sometimes put just a mixture of wild bird seed in here. She really likes fruit and veg, so like peppers and things like that, melons, squashes, anything that she can really gnaw into, she really likes. What else do you like? She sometimes has a few treats, that's why she's a little bit tubby, but we all suffer from that. So yes, little Miss Saskia, see if I can find it. She looks angelic there, but sometimes she isn't. During the winter time, she's a little bit grumpy. Oh, let me readjust, there we go. Yes, winter time, she really doesn't like the cold or the dark. But summer, she becomes all lovely, don't you? I'll wait for her to finish the peanut, because sometimes, yeah, Saskia doesn't show feed it. Do you? Do you miss? She's still really playful, aren't you, Miss Saskia? Yeah. With squirrels, even if you do hand raise them, they can still become really aggressive. It's normally when their tail sort of comes into full that they become aggressive, but she's never once bitten me. I'll tell a lie, she's caught me once, but I think that was just an off day. But But we're all allowed to have off days, aren't we? Zest, another peanut. Come on, come on then. Come on, Miss Fatty. So yes, that is Miss Saskia. She doesn't share food. No, she gets that from me. Yes. Diet, well, yes, that's pretty much diet-wise. She gets a selection of everything. I think there's a bit of cabbage left on her feed trough at the moment. Right, got one more peanut. So once you've had that, we'll go sell it to the next batch of animals. Yeah? Right. Oh, look how cute she is. There you go, last one. Woo. She's distracted. Right. Let's go meet the next group of animals. Apologise about background noise. It's lovely weather, so people are going to be doing garden maintenance. But the next group of guys and girls, I should say, is the guinea wigs. So we've got Squeak, which is the boar, the gingery one. And then we have one of the little white faces, Daisy. And on the tube, her real name is Hermione, but we call her Miss Puggle because she looks like a little pug. And then I think underneath there somewhere, let me. Oh, sorry, Rosie. And that's Rosie. So these are the guinea pigs. Squeak has been castrated, so we won't have any baby guinea pigs. Squeak was a surprise accident from next door's female guinea pigs, so he's come to live with us. And then as guinea pigs are really social animals, I got him from a couple of girlfriends, and then Miss Puggle needed to be rehomed, so she was supposed to go to another friend, but she ended up staying because just look at that face. So yes, during the week they get sort of like a couple of hours on the evening in the lower part of the garden. I sort of do a chicken tractor on the run, and they can keep to keep the grass down. But on the weekend they get to spend all day up here. It's a little bit more comfortable for them, I should say. They can do some nice grazing. So we'll leave them to the grazing, and we'll go see. I'll explain what else they get to eat. Yeah, this is what they call home when they're not out in the run. So it's a 2-tier hutch, and they do go up and down. The only one that doesn't use it is Miss Puggle, but I think she's the older girl, so we'll let her off. So they always got constant access to hay, and underneath there they have got a few little wooden houses, but they've always got constant access to fresh hay. It has to be long strand hay as well, so it helps grind their teeth down. They also get a little vitamin C tablet in the water to help with their vitamin C intake because they can't manufacture it. And then they get a mixture of pellet, muesli, and I think it's called a dandelion mix. So there's little herbs and weeds which I just buy from the pet shop. So they get pellet once or twice a week. I sort of just ad lib. I make sure the bowl's completely empty before I top it up, so they actually do eat all the pellet as well, so they just pick and choose. As I said, they get access to hay, and then every day as well they get fresh veg. So I generally chop it up into big chunks, or just wedge it all in this bowl. So when the bowl's down, they have to work at it. And then these little things as well, I'll wedge like a courgette or broccoli. Just makes it a little bit more difficult for them to get into. Sorry, the chickens are causing a ruckus behind. Well, that's about the guinea pigs. So yes, I think that's pretty much it. Hay constantly, fresh veg every day. Anything with a really high vitamin C content, so like your leafy greens and stuff like that, and spinach. So yes, there you go. That's the guinea pig. I know that's a really boring empty hutch, but there you go, there's a dog. Moo. Yes, that's the guinea pigs, and that's Maddie. Right, let's go say to the rabbits. and then we'll talk about the chickens. Right. Bunnies! Right, so Falcor is the handsome double in the background. So he's roughly about the same age as Saskia. Again, he's about 6. He was born on New Year's Eve. We had his mum and we didn't realise she was pregnant. And then a month later we had Falcor. You also did have a sister as well. Oh, what was her name? Priscilla. And his mum was called Lily. She was a lionhead. She had a lot. Well, I think she was part Angora as well. They were all white, but she had a massive mane and she looked like a walking cloud. She was lovely. He's had quite a few girlfriends in the past, some intentional, some not. His wife Bun unfortunately passed away last year, so that's why we got Hazel. We brought Hazel home. She's a Rex, so her coat is very dense and thick. When she first met him, she didn't like him, but now they're besties. So food wise, they get veg peelings once a week. So my mum always brings around like the Sunday roast veg. So they get that. They also get pellet once a week. So Saturday is generally veg and pellet day. And then every day during the week they just get hay. So a rabbit's diet should be 75% hay. And also again, long strand hay helps keep those back teeth down. And then also when I do a bit of weeding, sometimes I'll just pick some spinach or some mint, and then I pop on this little basket, nice little roof, so the rabbits can graze from one side and the chickens can graze from the other side. So that little bit of enrichment keeps them busy and occupied. They've got some bits of marble in there, so marble doesn't retain heat. So when it gets a bit too warm, they've got something nice and cold to lie down on. But yes, they seem to quite like their setup. A rabbit should be able to hop 3 times in its cage. And then on a Saturday as well, I generally lock the chickens out and let these guys have a good old run around the chicken aviary. Just stretch their legs in a little bit. I would love to put back the grass, but the grass is always green on the other side of the fence for Falcor. It could be a meadow, and he would still go underneath the fence into the next field. So yes, he's a bit of a nightmare. So that's why I let them just have a run around in the chicken coop. Right, rabbits check. And while we're here, we might as well talk about the chickens, who are all currently outside at the moment. Let's get the door up. So the chickens get scraps. Anything that's gone a bit iffy, they really don't mind. They eat everything. Yes. Anything. I don't actually have a food waste bin. I just have a bowl and everything just goes in there and the chickens eat everything in sight. They also get like a seed mix as well, which they generally get a scoop of that in the morning. They've also got their enrichment there. Coop wise, bark, which they turn over, and then once it's sort of had its time, I'll then pop it straight in the garden. I need to top up their dust bath. We'll have a little look inside the coop. There you go. Some nice branches up high for them. And then a couple of nest boxes. Quite a few eggs actually. I collect eggs on Saturday. There you go. Oh, that's just why I brought the weeds in. Right, let's open up the gates so the girls can come back in and eat their grub. And we'll go say hello to Teddy. Alright, last on the list is Teddy. He's desperately trying to come say hello. Got gloves on today. Let's see what he's like. Teddy, come on down. Come on. Here he comes. See, look, straight away. So this is Teddy. This isn't aggression. Him biting hold of me. This is mating behaviour for ferrets. They the males bite the scruff of the female and have their wicked way with them. So I'm currently being a female ferret. That's what Teddy sees me as. This is why I've not been getting them out the last couple of weeks. So Teddy, you could say he was a wedding favour. We went away for my friend's wedding, and it was sort of like a little farm wedding venue. It was really kitsch, really kitsch. So we had a look around the animals and saw Teddy, and the owners of the place were like, "Oh, actually, we are looking for a home for him." And I was like, "I really want a ferret." So the other half said no. So I pulled a face. I want a ferret. You still said no. And then I had a cuddle anyway, and he came straight out, gave me kisses. But previous to this, the owner had said that he'd bitten her quite aggressively. This was an aggressive bite. So she was a little bit nervous when I was like, "Oh, can I have a cuddle?" But I was like, "Oh, it's fine. If he bites me, he bites me." Opened the cage, and he came running out and gave me kisses. And everyone's a bit like, "Oh." And that's when I was like, "Can I have a ferret?" And the other half said no. So, because we were there for the weekend, the next day, I went and said, want to go say goodbye to him. So, the previous owner was like, "Oh, do you want to play with him in the stable?" So we opened up the stable, and me and Teddy basically chased each other around for 10 minutes playing. And then every other single wedding guest turned around to my other half and was like, yeah, you've got a ferret now. And Teddy came home with us. So he is our wedding favourite ferret. And then I think we had him, can't remember how long we had him, and then he nipped me and I was like, "Oh, okay, Teddy, what's this about?" And it happened to be that it was a love bite. So now he's just, this is what he does, he just clings on it. Ferrets are great. You can tie them in knots. You can fold them like a slinky. It's like a mixture of a cat and a snake, but just with a really cute face. So yes, that's Teddy, our wedding favourite ferret. So I have got 2 cats as well, but they're inside and they're cats, so they're hiding. And I've also got an African grey, but she's in a mood, so we won't bother her either. So yes, that is the sum total of animals. Oh, I didn't show you the actual chickens today, but I've got a video somewhere. I'll pop it in afterwards. The chickens. So we've 5 chickens. I'll talk about them while I'm here. What I'll do is I'll add a picture here. We've got 5 girls. The 2 oldest are Sims and Jeffries. There was a third one called Ransom, so that's from the Royal Dahl. Is it Royal Dahl? The Foxbusters, like smart chickens. So they're the 2 oldest girls, Ransom and Sims and Jeffries, or is it Sims and Jeffries? You lost what? Yeah, well, Sims or Jeffries I think it is. But as I said last week, they identify as cockerels at the moment. And then the 3 younger girls are Gloria, after Gloria Estefan, Tina, after Tina Turner, and Olivia, after Olivia Newton-John, because why not? Gloria is the most insistent when it comes to food. Literally, she will take the bag out of my hand when I go in. You could definitely tell they're related to dinosaurs. So yes, that is Gardener's plots. Inhabitants. We won't include the wildlife as well because I'll be here all day otherwise. I'm just going to leave him there for a minute. So that's it for us today. Hope you've enjoyed all the animals and the dog walk and meeting everyone. And I'm not going to go live Monday. I'm going to go live I think once a month rather than every week, because it's trying to find stuff to talk about, isn't it? So what we can do is do live at the end of each month. We can do like a roundup, what's happened that month and all that jazz, have good old gossip. Thanks to everyone that tuned in as well Monday. I know a few other people couldn't make it, but I honestly don't mind. But thank you to those people that did join in our Bigfoot and aliens and everything conspiracy. It's quite a good chat actually. Quite enjoyed it. Right, I'm going to try and detach this, and I'm going to go plant some strawberries because I brought some strawberry plants yesterday and a banana plant, which I don't know where I'm going to put yet. So Lidl's got strawberry plants and banana plants at the moment, and tomatoes, I think. Tomato plants. So go check out Lidl. Right. I'm going to try to detach this. And I will see you all next week, where we'll try and do a bit of a... We'll have a look in the Wildlife Bug Hotel, see what we can find, see if there's any creepy crawlies. I do want to put a little shout out to Corey, and I do apologise about the spider. I will try and get a better picture, well, a better video of the spider. I posted an Instagram video of this, I can't remember the species name. You know the big black spiders that live in the little tiny hole, the hole, just the whole web. I had a video of one of those coming out the web, but it didn't come out fully, and apparently I got told off. Well, apparently someone wasn't happy, so I've been told off. So I will try and get you a video of the spider coming out completely. Again, check out our Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, that's really starting to hurt. Apply the pressure now, aren't you, Teddy? Yes, do check out the Instagram and Facebook. Link should be below. And I will see you all next week. Oh, Teddy gets fed cat biscuits and cat wet pouches occasionally, once a week. He gets a wet pouch. Try not to give him too often because flies are attracted to it instantly, so he has one of those as a little treat. And I generally take it out with him after 20 minutes if whatever he's not eating, but generally he gets cat biscuits. Right. I'll see you all later. Oh, cheers, man. Bye.